Hello, VC. It's Greg. Three Dimensions of Music. I finally got around to it to get to the 2025 CD tag. It was created by our very own Glenn Kellaway from the basement. Check out his channel. He's very popular. He's a Canadian from up north, has a lot of great music, a lot of great taste. He has influenced me on some of my purchases, one of them, which will be shown today. Uh, I just got done watching Tony Perla, do his, and I watched Steve. Used to be at was, but now he is A is for Alice, B is for Bob, etc., etc. Check him out too. Hey, Glenn listed 15 questions for his tag, which was pretty nice. It's not too long. I kind of like it, and I have a lot of CDs, and I thought this was a great idea. So thank you, Glenn, for that. Appreciate it. His first question: when did you get your first CD player? Well, I figured it was in the 80s because when I got out of the service, I had a stereo system. I got a picture of it. There were no CD players at the time back then, no CDs, but you can see I was a big collector of high-end equipment at the time. As you can see, there's a Thorns turntable, and then I had a little, what do they call it, Techniques SL1200. That was my original one. This was my receiver that I had. It was an Onkyo, really powerful receiver. That's the Techniques. And then this rack here, I had a reel-to-reel and a equalizer, preamp, and then I think it's over here is where the power amp is. I had two racks that I built to hold it all, and I've since gotten rid of all that equipment, and it is kind of wore out, I guess. Now it's considered vintage, and well, what are you going to do? But it did help me move up in the chain anyways. But the first CD player I had in the 80s, when I got out of the service, I bought a Denon. It's a single CD player. It was a very good, very nice CD player. I think it was like $400 or $500 at the time, which was a lot for me on the small salary that I had at the time. And thank God my wife was understanding and all my music, love of music and everything. And she, from then on and ever since, she's always been a very supportive of me and my music endeavors as far as buying music, but and equipment. But I digress. That particular Denon that I had, I did donate it to a friend who suddenly lost his equipment. So that was part of that donation. It actually was a very nice CD player. It really played nice. But I've since upgraded my CD player, and that's gone. Second question: what was the first CD you ever bought? Boy, that's a hard one. I'm about 66 years old, going on 67. The first CDs I bought around then, actually, it was a set that I can remember because I looked at all my CDs, and this is the one that, let me hold this up. It is a set of 4, volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's Blue Note. What's it called? The Blue Note, One Night with Blue Note Preserved. And there's volume 1. As you can see, I'll drop these. Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now these are all jazz. Some contemporary, some modern jazz. I can read off some of the artists on here real quick. On this one is Freddie Hubbard, Herbie Hancock, Joe Henderson, Bobby Hutcherson, Ron Carter, Tony Williams. Great stuff. Cantaloupe Island. I have that on vinyl for Herbie Hancock. Cantaloupe Island with Jean-Luc Ponty. But let's see, there was a couple of other songs here. Hat and a Beard, Eric Dolphy. That's volume 1. Volume 2, Cecil McBee, Jack DeJohnette, McCoy Tyner. A lot of different jazz personalities on these CDs, and it goes on. A lot of different songs, classics. So that's a set that I got. As you can see, they were nicked. I guess they were on sale at the time, so I got them for a good deal back in the day. So those are the first CDs that I bought after I bought my player, I believe. Next one would be most recent CD you purchased. Well, just the other day, last week, my wife went into the Goodwill, and I usually sit in the car and wait for her while she's looking around. She called me up and says, "Do you want this?" It was sitting in a rack. When they wheel stuff out from the back, it's on a cart. This was the only CD on the cart, and this is a 50th anniversary edition of Waiting for the Sun. And I went in and said, "Of course I want this because I don't have it. So even on vinyl, I don't." But it's a 2 CD set, and 50th anniversary. It's a special kind of CD. They have a really nice booklet in here, which was with it. It was like somebody just dropped it off. I don't know why they got rid of it, but here's the booklet. And then it's made with a special process, they said. Let's see if I can get the pictures of the fellas back then. Let's see, pick this up. It is high-res listening can begin now. It actually sounds pretty good. I'm not really that familiar with MQA. I believe there's a name for that. It's a high-res MQA recording. Got it at Goodwill. Really good deal. Waiting for the Sun. And then they have the insert, or the inside here. And then the CDs. See if I can get it before I lose it. So you can see the CD. Looks like the Electro label. Slip this back in. That was most recent CD I purchased. Good deal. Approximately how many CDs do you have in your collection? My guess, I don't use Discogs, at least not yet. So it's a pretty good educated guess between 1,600 and some box sets if you include probably between 1,600 and 2,000 CDs in my collection. Next one would be jewel cases or digipacks. Well, I really like digipacks. I prefer them because A, the hinges don't break like everybody says. They don't crack if you drop them on the floor, which I'm wont to do. And I just kind of like these digipacks the way they set them up. I have a few digipacks in this pile here, so we'll go over them as we go along. Your best CD purchase of 2024, and I kind of consider this a digipack. It's not a CD case, but I got this Wishbone Ash Argus. I think it's a 50th anniversary. It's got a fold out here of all the fellas on the Wishbone Ash. 2-disc set. See if I can get this other one out and nothing falls. It's kind of neat. It sounds fantastic. It would almost qualify as the best sounding CD that I have, but it's a 2 discs. One's a live set and one's the standard recording. So it's pretty much, there's a couple extra songs on the live set, but I really got into Wishbone Ash in the past 10 years. And this was a great buy for me. This was my favorite. Okay. Show a live album on CD. One of my favorites, Frank Marino, Real Live. It's a 2-disc set. I liked it so much that when the RSD vinyl came out for this, I bought them both, Volume 1, Volume 2. And this is also a digipack, as you can see. Frank Marino, Mahogany Rush. And my God, the songs on here, he just smokes. Excellent, excellent CD. Real Live. Highly recommended if you like Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush. As you can see, for you, Glenn, Canada. Okay, next one. The best sounding CD in your collection. Well, there's a lot of different good sounding CDs, but I found one that I really noticed after I cleaned it. Was this particular one, Stadium Arcadium, Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's like a compilation. A lot of great songs, live and studio. Another digipack. There's a theme here. Great sounding Stadium Arcadium. And one thing I would pass along is I was listening to this one day, and I bought it from the flea market. Most of my CDs I have I would say probably 95% of them are bought from flea markets. So buck or two a piece. Rarely do I buy one brand new. I did show you, yeah. Anyway, Stadium Arcadium, a lot of great songs on there. It's just a rocking CD. And when I was playing it, it was kind of skipping on a song. So I said, oh, it's got a scratch. Wouldn't you know it? So I took the CD out and it had smudges on it. So I used, excuse me for a second. I wanted to bring this out here. Great stuff for cleaning CDs. Lens cleaner for your glasses. I sprayed on a lint-free cloth and then wipe off the CD. And when I did that, I realized not only was the skipping gone, but it sounded so much better. So like when we clean our vinyl, cleaning CDs does make a difference. I heard a difference. It was so much better sounding after cleaning the CD. Best way to clean a CD is not like you do a record, but straight up and down, straight across, and then you buff it out. Anyways, little tip there. Oh, and the other tip I would have is they make sleeves for CDs for those packs. Like, let's see, which one did I have here? The Doors one. If you notice, you know, when you put them in a, well, anyways, I'll show you on this box set. I got a Zappa. Getting them out of the, without scratching them, solves that problem. They really work nice. And for 100, you only spend about 12 or 13 bucks. They're available on Amazon. Okay, so favorite CD cover or insert? Well, this CD cover definitely qualified, but my man Brian at Embryonic Robot showed it, so I didn't want to copycat him. I love this CD. I love listening to it, but I love the way they put it together too. But it's kind of hard to store. It's one of those ones you showcase. But I picked another one out, Iron Butterfly. It's got that lenticular look, if you can see it as I move it back and forth. This is a nice get that I got at the flea market in the Gata Davida. You can see, and then it's got all the other songs on there, but a very long version of Gata Davida. Very psychedelic, as is Iron Butterfly. As you can see, the case, little box, and it's got a very nice booklet, and everything was there, which was great. Great story about these guys. So that would be one of my favorite presentations of a CD is the Iron Butterfly. I might have showed this a long time ago. Very cool, though. I know Don, the old goat, he would love this, definitely. Next one would be cover insert, show a CD box set. All right, I have quite a few CD box sets, much to the chagrin of my wife, but I decided to pick this one out. It's Caravan Anthology, and Glenn is the reason I bought this, because he was down in Florida on a trip down to Florida. I think he was going to see he was seeing his daughter and some friends, but he was talking about this down in Florida. And I said, oh, I don't know. It's hard to find these Caravans or Camel, those different albums. And this has, as you can see, as a box set, this has all of their albums up to a certain point, which is very cool. I think there's at least 9 or 10 here. All their known ones. And again, these are almost like a digipack. They're cardboard. But again, getting the CD out on these can be tricky without scratching. So they fit right in there. They don't add much bulk. I can not recommend those enough if you love your CDs and want to take care of them. Okay, I think I got another one. Oh, that's a booklet. That's a huge book, as you can see. Lots of good stuff about Caravan in there. So it's a great box set. I'm very happy with it. Great sounding, as most CDs are. Not all, but some, most are. Caravan box set. Next one would be show a CD from your favorite band. Okay, well, this would qualify as one of my favorite bands. Yes, this is Keys to Ascension. It was made in 1996 at a concert at St. Louis Obispo. I always want to say Crisco. St. Louis Obispo, SOLO. These are all their classic songs. This is a classic lineup of Yes. It actually came with this pretty cool fold out. The only trouble is they nicked the edge of the CD, whoever, in the store. But that is very cool. Got all the usual suspects from Yes. Alan White, Chris Squire, John Anderson, and Rick Wakeman. Great set. A lot of great. It's a live set of Tales of Topographical Oceans and all the other. Let's see, Roundabout, Starship Trooper, Awaken, The Revealing Science of God, Siberian Kahatru, and a couple of extras on there. But fantastic set. I love Yes, always did. I loved them so much back in the day. When I was about 14, my girlfriend's mother made me this. I cut off the sleeves, but she made me this, and she didn't even know what this stuff was. But she, I think there's a name for this. I forget what it is. Embroidering, I guess. That's all hand embroidered. As you can see, she did that with her own hands. Did a great job. I drew it on there for her. But yeah, Yes, definitely qualifies as, and I've kept this. This kind of has good memories. Now it's not my current wife. It was my girlfriend, but at the time that was a early puppy love type thing. You know how that goes. Let's see. What artist or band do you have the most of in the CDs? Well, I don't have a ton of. I've seen some people show a lot of CDs for certain bands. Like I've seen Bob Dylan was covered by someone special, and he had a ton of Bob Dylan. I think it was Bob Dylan. It could have, yeah, it was Bob Dylan. And what a collection he had of that. But I probably have about a smidgen or a fraction of what he would have Bob Dylan of Frank Zappa. This particular one's pretty good. Broadway the Hard Way. I got a lot of CDs from Frank, a lot of records from Frank, but as far as CDs go, it's probably the most that I have of a one particular artist. There's some to catch up, like Santana, Little Feat, but really Frank Zappa dominates. Do you collect CD and vinyl? Of course I do, CD and vinyl. Here's that Frank Zappa set live in Erie. PA, excellent set. There's 6 CDs in this puppy. Very good, very good. Anyways, have you ever sold your vinyl and stuck with CD format? No. Records were always first. I even had cassettes. As you can see, that old picture I showed you, there was a cassette deck at the bottom, an Onkyo cassette deck, a beautiful deck. But I ended up getting rid of that a long, long time ago. But never sold all my vinyl. Show a CD, finally, that you would like your viewers to listen to and give you feedback on. All right, I've picked out one that was pretty curious for me. It's British blues. It's called Chicken Shack with Stan Webb. Poor Boy. The Darameers. If you can find it, any kind of Chicken Shack. Fantastic British blues rock. And this one's, and there's another one called Crying Won't Help You Now. If you can find it, I think that's on Amazon, but fantastic. This is actually the same CD as the box set Crying Won't Help You Now, because there's 2 CDs in here on the Castle label. So that would be, check out Chicken Shack if you can, and tell me what you think. And then I did gloss over one thing. These particular Blue Note, and I just found that out assembling this together for the tag. These are all made in Japan. It's no wonder they sound good. Yeah, they're all Blue Note made in Japan, which I wasn't really aware of. And actually, until now, I really didn't care. But I guess the Japanese have a way of making music sound so much better because they're more meticulous in how they make stuff. So that was a good bonus just to know that. Anyways, that was my CD tag, and I'm sticking to it for 2025. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to say hi to everybody. Have a nice, happy, safe, healthy New Year. And goodbye to my wonderful granddaughters, the stars in my universe, Madison, Evelyn, London, and Charlotte. Love you all.